Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel for a journal with me video today. And I apologize, I filmed this entire thing and never realized that the book is partially off frame like the entire time. So sorry about that. I'm still gonna record this and share it though because it was fun to do, and maybe it won't bother you. I don't know. If it does, I apologize. You have my full permission to click on. But for the rest of you, thanks for sticking around. So we had the opportunity recently to take my oldest two daughters, my husband and I, to Nebraska Volleyball Day. If you've been in the sports world, maybe you've heard about it. It's gotten talked about like a lot. So we went to the game. It was a match. Okay, so they sold out the football stadium for a volleyball match. And it was actually two matches. Two other schools played first, and then the Huskers played Omaha. And then there was also a concert afterwards and a light show and all kinds of things. And it was all in response to an attendance record that was set by Wisconsin last year. And they were like, okay, well, we're going to beat that attendance record. And it ended up that 92,000 people showed up, and we beat the world record for the most people to ever attend a women's sporting event. So that was really cool. And it was really fun to be a part of and to take the girls to. So that's what this spread is about. And the thing I'm messing around with right now is it's one photo where I had several images that I screenshotted of different headlines of the news coverage that this got, because it was a big deal. It was covered pretty much everywhere. So that's what is on that one card. And I stuck some ledger paper on the back of it and put it in that envelope. And I'll journal on the back of that later. And so now I'm trying to stick down some photos. I have these little plastic numbers there at the top that I believe are a Tim Holtz product from a couple years ago. And I don't use them very often, but I actually thought they'd work really nicely here. And then I have a photo there of the match in progress. Our seats were total trash. We went to school in Lincoln at UNL, so we have spent a lot of time in Memorial Stadium, and yeah, we had like the worst seats in the house, but that's okay because we actually had a pretty good view of the court in the meantime, so that's okay. So I'm working out where to put that, and those letter cards, like little mini cards above that say GBR for Go Big Red, are from a game, and now I cannot remember the name of the game. Gosh, I don't know, but it has a ton of letter cards like that, and I like to use them to spell stuff out. If I remember the name of the game, I'll put it in the description. But I have those. I have these photos here. One of them is like an official photo from the NCAA maybe, or maybe it was one of the newspapers. I can't remember. And the other one, it was from my brother-in-law, who was also there somewhere else, and that was his view. And then I have just some selfies. All the photos I ended up with were of me and the girls. None of my husband, because he was taking, well, not the one, but whatever. He doesn't like his photo taken, so he's not in any of the photos, but I promise he was there. So I'm putting those, and I'm layering this one here with a little like vintage vocabulary flashcard, and then this vintage label there at the bottom. And I'm just going to use my stapler to attach that flashcard. And then my glue tape runner to attach the photo. Sorry for my messy hair there. And then this label is actually going to end up wrapping over the edge. And I had planned originally to just cut off the excess. And then I just decided at the last minute that I'd just wrap it around and stick it down. And then this page, it has a little pocket at the bottom. So I'm putting that photo of me and my girls at the game on the outside of the pocket. I'm adding just a little piece of scrapbook ephemera from a past kit. I don't know, whenever I get those kits, like the little paper packs, that have all the different ephemera bits in them, I throw them in like one big plastic drawer, so they get all mixed up and stuff, and I never know what anything was from, but it's really easy to go through then and pick out what I want. So the record was like, oh shoot, I can't remember now, like 91,500 or something like that. or maybe it was 90,000. I can't remember. But that night there were 92,003 people there. So we like to say that we were the reason that we pushed them up over 92,000 because the four of us went. We left the youngest with my grandparents, which I think was a really good decision because it was pretty late and we left early. So apparently John Cook, the volleyball coach, had thought that like this would never happen. We'd never pull it off kind of thing. And so he had insisted that there be a music artist act to follow up the matches and all these stuff. They sold alcohol at the stadium, which they never do. All this stuff to make it a more appealing event, right? And well, he was very wrong. People showed up in droves, and it was really, like I said, it was really cool to be a part of. It's kind of just what Nebraska does. We show up, but I don't know, it was just really affirming to be there and to see that happen again, especially if you know anything about sports, you know that Nebraska's had a really rough time with our football team. And a lot of people take that very hard. So it's nice to have a positive thing in the volleyball team. And it was really like a different environment. If you go to a football game, it's very like tense and people are excited and they're going to have a good time, but they're kind of like really invested in it. And not that they're not invested in the volleyball team, they absolutely are, but it was so much more like lighthearted and fun, and people were there like to party in a good way. Obviously there were a bunch of kids there, but like to hang out and just to enjoy it and celebrate it. And that was really fun to see. And I'm really glad that the girls got to come with us. So I have a few more of those vocabulary cards here that I'm just messing around with and trying to figure out a layout for this spread. It was tricky. I was very indecisive, but that's okay. You can't really see it right now, but I'm attaching those letter cards from the game on the bottom of that left-hand page. Then I'm going to stick that picture of the court up above that. And I'm going to use this piece. It's just a scrap piece of ledger paper that I had pulled out at some point, and I'm folding it up and I'm going to stick it in that pocket there and do journaling on it later. I'm just going to use this little label to write the event and the date on it eventually. I'm just putting some things away. Does anyone else get like really, my desk is just an absolute horror story by the time I'm done with anything. There's stuff just everywhere. So I've been trying to be better about like cleaning up as I go, but it's very not in my nature. So I'm trying to figure out how to add just a little bit more to this whole spread. And I tried like for a long time just messing around with stuff and staring at it like, here, you think the video's paused? It's not. I'm just indecisive. So here I'm labeling the event and the date. Finally, just committing to something. Sometimes I feel like that's what, quote, solves problems for me when I'm journaling, is if you just commit. And then, I mean, nothing is unfixable if you really hate it that much, but if you just commit, it'll give you a direction, you know? So here I'm back with these vocabulary cards, and now I'm committing again. I'm going to actually attach this one with this tiny stapler. And then I put this little like ribbon thing, and it's blank, and I had intended to put like number 1 or something on it, but we're actually not ranked number 1 this year. I think we're like number 4 right now or something like that. So I was second guessing myself after I went through that. So I'm pulling out now all of these stickers, and I'm going to spend a good deal of time trying to figure out exactly what I should fill in that little ribbon with, because I didn't quite think it through before I put it down. but it works out. I end up with some tiny words on there. And I have all of these alphabet stickers. Sorry if you heard that. My phone just dinged. But all of these alphabet stickers that I rarely ever use, and in colors that I don't know why I bought them. I think I was a different person when I ordered them. So I think about all those for a while and end up not using them. And just by process of elimination come down to some tiny words. I haven't really bought stickers in a while, like any of these sticker sheets or anything. Just nothing has seemed all that appealing to me. So either my style is evolving maybe, or I don't know, I've been disappointed by design lately, or I don't know what it is, but so I have some of these tiny words are like phrases and some are individual words that you then can like put together to make your own phrases, but that means first that you have to go through them, and this particular set is not like alphabetized or themed in any way, so you have to go through like every single one every time if you're looking for something specific and try to find it. It's kind of frustrating. So I'm pretty sure I'm searching that same sheet again for some words to make a phrase. And I think I end up with like the best or something like that going on that little ribbon. The girls were really excited. Like, it's been really fun. We're relatively new volleyball fans. We've only followed the team for a couple of years. But it's been a lot of fun to share that with the girls. My oldest is 9, and she's going to play volleyball rec league this fall. Because I don't know, she's just been, inspired by watching women. The question they ask all the time when we watch like football is, can girls play football? Can girls do this? Can girls do that? So it's been really fun to have everybody get excited about a sport that is primarily female, and then to have so many people come and support the team too, and have everybody be really excited about that. They were just like soaking that in, and it was really fun. And there's actually going to be like I don't know if it's a documentary or just like a mini film or something that they put together, and I don't even know who put it together, but it comes out in November about Volleyball Day. So we're really excited to see that too. So there, I finally commit to some words on that little ribbon and put away the stickers. Well, almost all of them. I do go through this one for a little while and see if there's anything that I can just add to jazz up this page. And I actually stick a couple down and then tear them up and move them and then stick them down. But it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It works out in the end. And I ended up really liking this spread, but it was just a little tricky to get there. Sometimes that's what you got to do. Trial and error. So I stick that one down first, and then I decide that this page isn't working. And I'm going to pull it back up and move some things around before I finally settle down enough to get to the journaling. And that top photo is of the flyover they did. They always do a flyover for home football games, but they did one too for the volleyball day match. But from where our seats were, we were like under one of the concourses, so we couldn't see it. We just heard it. So it was kind of fun to find that photo afterwards, and that was like how we saw it. So that was one I'd pulled up from the other page. So I just moved it over there. And now I am finally going to get to there. You can see I did my journaling off camera under the photo, and this piece of scrap paper is all journaled on. And then there's some more journaling on the opposite page. So this is how the page turned out. There's that card that has all of the news coverage on it. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.